Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 61 of Oxygen Not Included. So, I wanted to address some issues with my current setup right now. So the first thing is that temperature doesn't really convect through the temp shift plates. So I'm going to make some significant changes to my setup here. But I will explain what I'm doing once it's done. So, first things first, I'm going to design a different way to auto sweep that will work a little bit better. And I also want to change the setup over here as well. So we'll get that going. So this new setup is going to, the auto sweeper and the conveyor loader are the objects that are likely to get damaged the most. And as a result, they're going to receive the most cooling. I'm also going to add metal tiles underneath these sweepies as well. Another thing I wanted to do is to bump out the space that I have here so that I have more room to work with. And then add a little, let's call it a roof. So that things can't get easily destroyed. And to speed up movement, I'm going to put some plastic tiles and stuff in, like this. There. Bunker tile this. Okay, so this is my new little construction project. Again, changing my space setup another time. I apologize. It's just the way it is. Okay. Another thing I wanted to do is to fix this project so that we do not constantly suck out good oxygen. And doing this, I also want to clean up some of the leftover construction that I no longer need here anyway. So all of this can go. And I'm going to have this be priority 8. So what I'm going to do is replace stuff with a mini pump. And then have the mini pump filter. With a gas shutoff. So it's going to look something like this. And the mini pumps are going to be controlled when there is a sensed buildup of carbon dioxide. And otherwise it won't run. Giving the oxiferns a chance to work. So something like this. Running conductive wires to them. Like that. Automation wires can get rid of. Some of this stuff I'm going to need to remove some roofing to gain access to the deconstructs, which is fine. We'll get that done. Alright. And then I'm going to redesign, like I said, I'm going to redesign a lot of the way this works. So, background buildings. Get rid of the temp shift plates. Alright, and then this setup is going to protect our ladders for the future. I hope that the ladders don't melt to naphtha. Because I know these bunker tiles get very, very hot. So actually, I am going to do this. Come on. These autosaves are getting vicious. I'm gonna not have it touch and then have some insulated tile so that there is the bunker tiles don't you know, superheat my ladders and turn it into liquid naphtha, because that would not be good. So everything about this is going to be my new priority. I don't know why that is the high priority, but it is, because I just decided. Let's see. What else is there to address? This is still cooling down. That's good. Water filtration. Whoa, I have a lot of water backed up. I think this was because I had a ton of brine or salt water. I forget exactly which it was. I also have a ton of kcals, so I'm going to lower the priority of my grill and my farm to 1. Just so that we're not really prioritizing the farm or grill at all. Over here, I want to do this as a construction 9 as well. And I'm going to replace the gas shutoff's material from lead to something that is more temperature hardy. Is, I guess, the way I'll put it. Alright, so ventilation, gas shutoff of steel. It doesn't need to be steel. God knows it doesn't, but I'll just do it anyway. Why is this outgassing? It's in a super pressurized hydrogen environment. It shouldn't be outgassing. But it is. Cool. And by cool, I mean not at all. Okay. Tidying it up, mopping it up, and getting that ready to be a little larger of a pool. So for automation for the mechanized airlocks, I am going to set that up as well. So this is experimental. I'm not really sure it's going to work the way I intend it to, but I'm going to use a buffer and filter gate, and I might have to tinker with it. We'll see. But buffer filter gate. And then we'll connect all the doors to the same automation network. I'm not going to leave it. I'm not going to plug it in just yet. So it needs to plug in here when it's ready. But yeah, we'll get that built. And that's to delay the airlocks from opening so that the robo miners underneath don't get swamped and also don't get heated up. Okay, all this can be destroyed. Alright, new printables. Oh, another wart seed. Don't mind if I do. Alright, taking a look at our water. Let's start filtering it. And the nullifier. Okay, nullifiers, there's still some stuff to be swept. But if I take a look at the gas overlay... yeah, it did outgas a little. It's alright. I think that's going to be underneath our insulated tile anyway. Two are idle. Oh, because you are so stuck. Well, if you're idle, just start mining, I guess. But, let's make a priority of this ladder over everything else. So that we give you a way out. So this plastic ladder is the highest priority project I have right now, I think. And as you can see, no one is coming for it. I could also just open up one of these bunker doors or something like that to let them free, but... There we go. Getting it built. Because they're going to get sunburns if they're out there too long. But at least they're stuck to do good, productive construction work. Okay, I guess just keep going. I'll have it be an emergency because they're going to get stranded if it doesn't get done. All right, heavy conductive wire. And ventilation. Yeah, they just got sunburned. But they're freed. Alright, Braz, you can leave. Now, we do definitely need this bunker wall to protect the ladder. And as you can see, the bunker tiles are superheated, 300 Celsius, but the ladders aren't because they're being shielded from the insulated tile and nothing really touches it. By design. Okay, what are you doing? Why are you not leaving? I just sort of sent him inside, forcing him to take care of himself, because he was mining to, like, oblivion here. Don't know why. I don't know why, but he was. All right. Well, we have a lot of construction projects to work on, and it's going to be a minute before they're done. Let's work on the nullifier first. So that's going to be my high priority here. Okay, so those are all 8s. So everything up here, minus the bunker walls, is going to be 7s, and it already is. Perfect. Because these bunker tiles are really, really important to keep me from having my stuff blown up from meteorite strikes. But then once that's built, it's fine. And as you can see, this tunnel is kind of meteorite-proof. Once it's built. Good. Well, that's all set up. All right, I do want to start cooling down this hydrogen, so I'm going to work towards that first, or next. And then there's some other, like, sort of nice-to-haves that I'm going to start to work towards. Oh, we don't need this anymore. I don't think. Let me check. Regular... Glossies are good. Regulars need a little, and... Okay. Yeah, we don't really need to ranch anything. But you, Dreco, is going to go into the, back into the ranch. Alright, so now the... AETN, the Aten, is cooling, and it's going to start cooling down the hydrogen in this room a lot. And then once we have this fully insulated, I will open up the high pressure gas vent. Speaking of which, how's my wheeze? Oh yes, good call. These wheezeworts are not doing well, and my southern wheezeworts are fine. Okay, we need to dig up those wheezeworts and just replant them, so that they're not hurting. Okay, so the bunker is totally built. This corner, I guess aesthetically I'll just build it. Doesn't really matter. It's purely aesthetics, but I'll get it built anyway. So this plastic tile is being heated from the regolith, so I'm going to dig that regolith up as well. Alright, and let's replant these wheezeworts. Trying to cool down the hydrogen as best as we can. Alright, so we're getting those replanted. Okay, don't worry so much about this dig. This is all set. Awesome. So this hydrogen is going to start cooling. It's already gone down about 5 degrees Fahrenheit. The next thing I want to do is to send a lot more petroleum to act as coolant. Alright, Bryce is getting a little stressed. So now we should have coolant coming. There it is. Petroleum acting as coolant. So the moment I re-enable this, it's going to break and green signal if below, let's say, -50. Alright, awesome. Back to space. Okay, so there's some old pipes that need to get removed. And then I'll put a plastic ladder here. Alright, so these guys are just about ready. Automation wires can be let... Oh, I already have that. So this filter is going to be for carbon dioxide. So once carbon dioxide pools upwards, it will turn on the gas pumps. And then the way this is going to work is the gas pumps are going to pump... And let's see, how do I want to do this? Gas bridge, combine it, and then filter it. Element sensor, gas shut off. So if carbon dioxide, it will pass through this shutoff and get dumped to space. And then if it is oxygen, it will get dumped here. Done. Alright, let's run conductive wire to it. And then run the automation wire to it as well. And this will be construction 8. We want to see that done next. Let's finish off this corner. Unreachable? How is that unreachable? Okay, so that will stop the pooling of carbon dioxide from being annoying. Let's fix the holes here. Circuit overloaded. Ooh, I did something. Oh, yes. I did something very, very bad. I needed to have a conductive wire bridge, because I have my main line right there. No problem. Okay. Down here, how are you doing? So the ambient temperature is warmer. That's because the aqua tuner is cooling down the coolant. And we have coolant at about room temperature-ish now. So this is overpressure, so let's disable. And check in on our Wheezeworts. Okay, they're alive and it's cooling down even more. Check in on our water filtration. Eventually. Come on, autosave. Don't kill me. Alright, water's ready to dump. Printables. Guess more pit pigs? Sure. Okay, let's sweep up the rest of this. Put all the petroleum back where it belongs. And stop the petroleum flood. I think that's enough coolant. We have 3,000 kilograms of coolant now. Ish. Okay, so there it is. How's our coolant reservoir? It's low, but it's fine. We don't use it that quickly. Alright, so back up to space. There's still more construction projects yet to do. And this will be next once all the 8s are done. And all the 8s are almost done. Let's check. Yeah, so we're just sweeping up the petroleum. And this petroleum's getting colder, and once it is coolant temperature, which we've determined to be about -50, let's do -20. -20 is cold enough. It will start running through our circuit. Now, I don't have it set up yet to do that, but here's what I want to do. I want to have an auto sweeper here, which means I need to break stuff down. You'll see. Alright, I'm going to have an auto sweeper there. Did I make these out of steel? Yes. Okay. So this ladder here is going to be moved. Which is fine. Alright, and what I'm going to do is also remove this. These ladders. Okay. I'm going to put in a gold metal tile, and I need to actually start refining gold. So let's start that. Gold amalgam to gold. Not efficient for producing heat, but I need it, so we'll get it. Stupid shovel voles. Can you stop adding regolith or whatever? Alright. It's gonna look something like this. Also, my plumbing tiles, I need to put those back. I'm gonna make them out of steel. These pipes are gonna be removed. So I'm putting radiant pipes underneath the robo miners, and this is so that if the robo miners overheat, I can cool them down. But in my current setup, these radiant pipes won't really do anything. I will admit. Okay. So we'll get that done. And let's go ahead and get this built. Everything will make more sense soon. I absolutely promise. Alright, we just need some refined gold. Oh, that noise. It's Stop making so much noise. Alright, so here, as you can see, I have a little trough. And this is to help to protect my sweeper and conveyor loaders from heat. Because I'm going to be putting in a liquid coolant in this trough. Keep in mind the sweepy docks do clean liquids, so you can't have it... I have it lower so that the sweepy dock can't get into the trough and clean the liquid out. By design. So then, as you can see, this ladder isn't going to really work in its current position. So I'm going to need to replace it. What is this? A building, I guess? There. I need to replace it instead. And this is to super cool the auto sweeper and loader and all that. So what it's going to look like, we'll have insulated pipes and then a radiant pipe that goes like this, and then regular liquid pipes, oops, to run back in to complete the loop. And it's going to be the same on the other side. Once I have enough gold. So that means that we'll have our conveyor loader here. All the old conveyor belts can just get broken down. Well, this one's still fine. Okay. It's going to look something like that. Very, very, very fancy, as you can tell. A necessity in order to stop these things from self-destructing, essentially. Alright. Set this up as a construction 8. And see my bidding done soon. Here, as you can tell, the ladder, if we take a look at the temperature, the ladder, well, I have to destroy these, doesn't really heat up because it's sort of isolated. So that this plastic ladder is not going to turn to naphtha as a result because it's sort of gapped. And we have insulated tile. I could even have them hop here if I wanted to get rid of the insulated tile. So there's a hop, so it's literally air gapped, vacuum gapped even. That I don't think is necessary. Who's idle? Oh, Muhammad, you are very, very stuck. Here you go. I also want to keep that ladder there in case we want to get some of this material out at some point. Alright, I probably have, yeah, this is enough gold. Okay. Looking good. So, gold. Stop making more. There we go. And then it looks like my lime is low, but I'm not going to make more steel right now. I'm going to focus on other things. How's my coolant going? So this stuff is super cooled now. So I'm going to turn everything down, off, before the aqua tuner starts breaking stuff. Because it's going to break stuff. It's going to get so cold. So right now, what's going on is it's not making a loop because I don't think I have a completed loop. Yes, so it's not a completed loop, so it can't pass through. That's fine. I just need to fix it by building this liquid pipe. Okay. Well, just hold your breath and wait. So as far as the plumbing goes, yeah, I want to get the plumbing first. This here should be radiant. So as you can see, there's radiant pipes underneath all the robo miners, and rather than using the aqua, the temp shift plates. So if these robo miners do heat up too much, what I can do is I can build metal tiles underneath. The robo miners are attached to the tiles underneath. Mesh tiles don't really help to transfer heat, but metal tiles do. Now, in that case, what would end up happening is I would partially block my solar panels. But, you know, that's a small price to pay, I guess. All right, so these pip eggs, I need to put them away. I don't need any more pips, as far as I know. So I'm gonna not let them hatch. All right, and now here I'm going to have, again, petroleum as a coolant. Enabling auto bottle and all that. And doing it over here as well. Not all liquid, come on. Petroleum as a coolant. Well, once the metal tiles are actually constructed. Otherwise, it's just a big mess. And if you take a look at the plumbing, the radiant pipes will help to cool down the petroleum and the metal tiles, cooling down, and the petroleum acts as a way to transfer heat away from the sweeper and the conveyor loader. So it is a system that will cool itself as a result. So all of the doors here also, I guess, need to get plugged in, or it would be ideal. So let's get that done. That adds a little bit more strain to the grid. But because they're going to be on a delayer, the bunker doors and these auto doors won't open at the same time. So it actually is not that much of a problem. Because they should, if designed right, never peak at the same time. So now the rest of this, let's construct. This is, we'll add a little bit more petroleum to that. And then let's also add petroleum over here. And make sure that the conveyor rails work right. So we want a chute here. And then rails to drop. Like that. And then over here, I'm going to do the same sort of setup. I'm going to actually have the chute a little bit lower. All right. And this is just for cosmetic. It doesn't need to be lower. I just want it lower. All right. That's looking good. The next thing, I'd like to just make it easier on my auto miners, or robo miners rather, by automatically automatically or just manually mining this regolith for him so that it doesn't need to do it. Alright, and there's the chute. And we're almost done. We're almost ready. How's it down here? Alright, let's check if it's a full loop now. Plumbing is a full imperfect loop. Let me fix the loop. It just should be a radiant pipe right here. Cooling down the metal tile that the sweepy docks are built on. And just adding as much petroleum. Okay, that's probably enough petroleum. 600 kilograms. Yeah, adding a bunch of petroleum here. So one more bottle of petroleum over here and we should be good. One more full delivery. Bryce is going to get stressed again because he's getting sunburned. And there's the last delivery of petroleum. And that pipe is fixed. Okay, so if that pipe's fixed, that means we can start running. And if it works properly... there's our coolant. Once it reaches negative 20 Fahrenheit, it will start to make its run up to the space dock and cool everything up here. Whoa! They just took a direct hit. As you can see, they're wounded as a result. Oh god, you just took another direct hit. Could we not get that hit? Oh, let's cancel the deliveries here now that that's done. So this is... oh, it's 500, but it's good enough. No, let's make it perfect. The perfectionist in me. So here, you should be able to see the cooling effect in a second. But let me check on other projects. So water filtration is going to get flipped. The Wheezeworts are starting to get overheated, so I'm going to have to replace them. God, that geyser is so hot. Everything else seems to be fine. The hydrogen here is fine. Aqua tuner is doing its thing, sending a whole lot of coolant up. So let's take a look at this coolant. So first off, the temperature in our checkpoint, as you can see, is going to drop dramatically due to this coolant. And then as the coolant comes up here, if you take a look at the auto sweeper should start cooling down a lot. So as you can see, the petroleum temperature is dropping, which should transfer heat to the conveyor loader and sweeper. It isn't so much. But that's just because it takes a while for heat to transfer, I think. I may be wrong. I might have to fix this even more. It might not work in a vacuum, and I might need to water seal it or something. No, this auto sweeper is cooling down, as you can see. Yeah, it's cooling down a lot. So why isn't this one? Did I... oh, I screwed up the piping. Oh, yeah, I screwed up the piping. Big time. Big time. Yeah, I totally... okay, so the concept does work, I just didn't do it on the other side. So here, the concept is working where this auto sweeper is definitely cooling down a lot. The auto sweepers are what gets heated the most. And then, as you can see, the metal tiles underneath the sweepy docks are getting cooled, but the sweepy docks themselves, not so much. But I might be able to make it so that they do. But yeah, as you can see, it's very temperate now. So that is, yeah. So at this point, what I need to do is, let's disable the aqua tuner and fix my plumbing problems once the last of this goes through. Hi, Glossy Dreco. Let's wrangle you. Okay, so it should look something like this. Yeah, I think the best way to do this is to just remove what's there and then fix it. So yeah, the concept works, and it keeps the auto-sweeper actually ice cold. What's its freeze temperature? It doesn't have an overheat? Oh, perfect. Well, alright, so that issue is solved. Now, at this point, we can... Let's see if the automation works. Alright, so plumbing... Good. Just like that. Set this to 9s, and that should keep this cool. That is not powered. Yep, let me fix that. And... yeah, it's nighttime, so no solar power. So, yeah, if you take a look, it does heat up pretty quick. But it cools down pretty quick. Now, the sweepies themselves, that's a whole different deal. I might have to figure out how to get them cooler. But I'll figure that out. I have some ideas. I have some workable ideas. If it does become an issue, I can fix it. Okay, how cold is this? Oh, it's pretty hot. So yeah, I could turn on this auto tuner. Or, auto tuner. Aqua tuner. Let's go for straight barbecue. And these pipes are good. Great. Oh, and this, hold up. That one should be insulated as well. So now, as you can see, it is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And then as the coolant runs through, it should drop in temperature. But the coolant is, of course, relying upon the aqua tuner to cool the petroleum down so that it is coolant temperature, which currently it is not. I might have to send this through multiple nullifiers. We'll have to see. Oh, so filter gate, let's say 30 seconds, buffer gate 30 seconds. I might not have this correct, but as you can see, the door is closed, and then the bunker door is closed. So that part's right-ish. So as far as I could tell, the sweepy dock and the metal tile underneath are roughly the same temperature. So I might not need to fix this. I just need to run more coolant through. Speaking of coolant, I'm going to replace a considerable amount of this line here with insulated, because we don't need to cool this area down anymore. In fact, the Buddy Butt is so cold it's inactive. And then how... oh, so this here needs to filter for carbon dioxide. I hadn't done that. But as you can see, the carbon dioxide buildup is fine. And as soon as it goes up to the second height here, it will get gas pumped. Okay, so now we only have a teeny little bit of air conditioning in this thing. I might want to make this look nicer, though. So I'm going to make it look nicer. Because why not? Trying to take pride in my checkpoint, right? Oh, I lost my liquid gate. I don't know how that happened. I must have mopped it or something? I really don't know. But let's fix that as well, because that's a problem. Bottle empty. Ooh. Bottle empty doesn't work when it's floating. Okay, and let's go ahead and put some petroleum here. Also looks like once we're back, I need to put this. Yeah. Do it like this. Whoa! It washed out. I had it moving too quick, and it washed out. It's okay. Once we sweep it, I can fix it. Okay. Yep. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Mop, mop, mop. Okay, so the plumbing lines are almost done. Little radiant here. A little insulated there, and we're good. Alright, sweep only crude oil. And we'll get it set back correctly. Now, the only worry is because I interrupted the network. Yeah, it's getting cold again, but that's alright. It's not so cold that it's going to be a problem. Alright, come on, steel tile. Get built. Build the mesh. Okay, so this crude oil, sweep. Done, and then petroleum. What's the least amount? I need a small thing of petroleum. This, sweep. Alright, let's slow down time. Cool. Mop up the bottom, and there's our airlock again. I don't even think... Oh, okay, a little bit of hydrogen got in, but not enough to really matter. Great. Well, let's go ahead and finish this up so I can end the episode. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that petroleum. It's odd. Or my whole liquid lock, it just sort of went poof. I must have screwed it up somehow, but I don't know how. Probably just a mismopped or something. I don't know. I really don't. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Okay, so the plumbing network is almost fully done. There it is. Now it is a network. So this coolant is heading for space again. We do have some broken robo miners. I was not paying attention. I think it took a strike. It doesn't look overheated, so my guess is it was not an overheating thing. But what I'm going to do is let's sweep up this water temperature. Okay, so it's just too cold. All right, let's sweep up everything in this sort of checkpoint here. So we can have it look nice again. And once this coolant hits... Oh, it cannot hit soon enough. As you can see, the auto sweepers. So another thing I could do is like a temp sensor or something. I don't know. Trying to figure out how to stop the auto sweeper from sweeping until it destroys itself. But now that I have like I should start to have a constant flow of coolant, and maybe that doesn't become an issue as much. But as you can see, this stuff does need to cool down a lot. Taking a look at the temperature here. Yeah, the temperature of the auto sweeper is dropping a lot. The sweepy, not so much. The temp shift plate behind it and the metal tile underneath it are dropping, but the sweepy dock is not moving. So I might have to come up with another solution for the sweepy docks themselves. And then these guys are also overheating. So the solution I have to overheating auto miners is to put metal tiles underneath, and it will block out some of the sun, but not enough that it ruins my solar, and it will stop the robo miners from self-damage. It just will require more coolant, I think, running in the system. So I might have to engineer different solutions, but, well, I think you all see the time. Yeah, so here's the radiant pipe dumping cold, or removing warm. I don't really care how you call it. I don't care about pedantics there. But yeah, it's definitely stopping this auto sweeper from cooking itself. And then, I'd like to demo the gold tile to prevent the robo miner. So that will be the last thing I do, is to just show that the metal tiles underneath help to stop the robo miners from cooking. So once we get those metal tiles built under the overheated robo miners, I'll call it. We're just waiting for gold to be delivered. All right, so here we go. As you can see, the metal tile underneath here is cooler, and it should, the robo miner here, not dropping temperature for sure. Printables, plastic. Sure, why not? Yeah, I might need to come up with a better solution to cool these bad boys off. I think what this just did was my buffer and filter gates aren't set up correctly, and it probably took direct regolith which heated it up badly. That would be my ventured guess. I can always just rebuild them. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I'd rather come up with a more elegant solution that stops them from being overheated constantly. But even down here, as you can see, these solar power panels aren't even affected by the metal tiles here. So if you take a look at the temperatures now, the metal, yeah, the robo miners haven't really heated up much yet. Now I could use the same sort of setup that I used for the auto sweepers for the robo miners, because of course the robo miners can be at a different level that the sweepy docks don't have. You know, they could float and dig downwards, and but I'll figure that setup later, because I think I spent enough time on this. And I do like my cooling loop for the coolant. That's pretty cool. So, if you have any feedback, the good news is this isn't pre-recorded, which very much means that I can incorporate your feedback immediately. So if you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next episode. Farewell, everybody.